For week 3, February 16th, I chose an article involving the former Mississippi Governor Haley Barbour about the roughly 200 pardons he issued in his last days of office. Apparently, the journalist has been trying to get the ex-governor to agree to sit down for more than a month in order to discuss his reasoning behind the pardons. Barbour, as well as his spokesperson, has refused to answer any questions and has definitely been hiding from the press, which is not the smartest public relations move. Apparently, one of the most controversial pardons were issued to 4 convicted murderers who worked as trustees at the governor's mansion. And the families of those victims said that the governor has never met with them personally or returned phone calls. And these convicted murderers, he claimed that the only statement he's ever made was that the men committed crimes of passion and are less likely to commit murder again. There was no consideration for the victims. I believe that this was the reaction involved from the organizations from a PR standpoint would be like reactions from the governor. Like, he's not the governor anymore, so I guess he doesn't care what the public opinion is on him anymore, since he's made the decisions and doesn't matter because he's no longer in office. But that's obviously a horrible public relations move to run away and hide from the press, especially when you have done something and they're just looking for answers. Basically, they're just looking for something to back your decisions up so they don't have to just throw the facts out there. But the PR tools that they weren't used in the story, there's a list of things that in class that we talked about, things that you should not do if you're involved in public relations, and lowball was one of them. Downplay expectations so people don't expect much. I would say that he did that because he is completely pretending like it's not a big deal that he gave away 200 pardons. Not 50, but 200 in the last few days of his in office. Another thing he did was downplay, which is basically the same thing. Make the situation appear less serious because he's saying, oh, well, they murdered people, but it was just an act of passion, so I doubt that they'll do it again. And cover up. He's obviously not doing a very well job of covering it up, which is wrong to do anyways, but instead he's just kind of hiding from it, hoping that it will go away, or hoping that if he doesn't talk about it, then that's covering it up, but it's really just making it worse. Because I remember you told us, or our public relations teacher told us before, that you should always try to go to the media so the media doesn't have to try to come to you, because if the media has to come and try to find you and you're actually running away from the media, then they're just going to print whatever they want and you're going to have no say in it, and that might look bad for you. The major PR problem in this story was that the ex-governor is obviously not concerned at all about the public opinion of him. If all he has to do is give a few good reasons why he issued some pardons, and it wouldn't seem as ridiculous that he just issued these out of nowhere for no reason. But he's hiding from the press, so we have no idea. All we have is what the press gives us. And another example was he pardoned some guy for his 3rd DUI, and then the guy actually ended up getting a 4th one after he was pardoned and ended up killing an 18-year-old girl in a car accident while driving drunk. So that just makes him look even worse, and the fact that he still won't talk about it after that came out into the news just looks horrible. The reputation of the organization, I would say his reputation is definitely ruined. He's never going to be able to be in office or do anything with the government again. I don't feel like he'll ever be elected back into the government, because any pardon that he issued, we're finding problems with it, and he's not giving us any answers. So all we have is the hard facts, which is what I said, which would be the reaction of it. The media is just gonna print all the hard facts, making him look bad and making him look like he was in the wrong, because there's nothing from him to say, well, no, this is why I did it. It's just he gave this guy a pardon for his DUI. The guy got another DUI, and he ended up killing someone doing it, so that was a bad decision. And as for his reputation, I already said it's done. Like, he's not gonna... I mean, his reputation is ruined in my eyes, and I'm hardly involved in the political system, so I'm sure anybody else is very upset with them. And my professional advice would be to talk. Sit down, like, know what you're going to say. Like, it's fine. They're giving you time to think of answers, think of, like, garbage you can feed us, and he's still not taking that. So my personal advice would definitely be talk to the media so the media doesn't have to just talk for you. Thank you.